Welcome to the King's Table. Today we have some high-powered EDH for you. Today's guests we have Wingdings, senpapi.gabe, and the nobleman Colby. Now let's get right into it.
What up, guys? My name's King Luke. Today I'm playing Sauron, the Lord of the Rings. 8 cost, 9/9 with trample. Does a lot of things.
What's good, y'all? I'm Wingdings. Today I'm playing Tolrand, Sky Summoner, or in this case, Ego, Striker Summoner. And we couldn't get my camera to work right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is senpapi.gabe. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to play. And today I will be playing Chromat. It is a 5-color mutate deck. So I'm going to be mutating a lot of things. Going to be getting a lot of fun stuff from my mutate triggers. And hopefully I can win.
Yes, I'm Colby. Brought my Mr. House president and CEO today. Hoping if I can't find any lands that I can make some treasures and I'll be able to play the game today.
Ain't that the truth? All right, let's get it going.
I do have a pre-game action. I'm going to play Leyline of the Guild Pack.
Unacceptable.
Good start to a 5-color deck.
Yeah, definitely. Solid, solid. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take my turn. Draw. I'm gonna play Island Pass.
I'm gonna draw. I'll also hit with the Island Pass.
Alright, I'll draw. I'm going to go in with the World Tree. Comes in tapped, but I will pass.
Draw. Play tap Nomad Outpost as my land, and I will pass.
I'm gonna untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play this Blood Crypt tapped. I'm just gonna pass turn on that.
Draw for turn. Hit with another Island.
Tap 2 for a nice little Sapphire Medallion. I'll pass.
I'll draw. I'll play a Training Center. I'll tap it to play out a Soul Ring. That is all I'm going to do right now. I will pass.
Untap. Draw a card. I'll just play a mountain and pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a Desolate Lighthouse. Tap that for 1 colorless. Play a Soul Ring of my own. Look at that. Then I'm gonna pay 2 with the Soul Ring. Tap my island. Everybody's favorite card, Ristic Study. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. Pass turn.
No, that's actually not my favorite.
Favorite card. Actually, don't like it very much in this context.
That's on the wrong side of the board, huh?
That's why you got to play your own.
I'll tap 3. Hopefully if I draw it, I will play my commander. Cannot pay for Ristic Study, so you draw your card. Then I'll pass after that.
I'll untap. I will draw. I will play a Dreamroot Cascade. It comes in on tap because I control 2 other lands. And then I will tap 2 and my Soul Ring. I'm going to play a Beast Whisperer. And I will tap 1 to pay for the Ristic Study. After that, though, I will just pass.
The king needs his taxes.
Draw a card. Play Shattered Sanctum. It enters untapped because I have 2 more other lands. I'm gonna tap a black and a white for Lotho, and I'll pay the Ristic Study.
I like this.
Yes, I like this.
Lotho's good, yeah.
So yeah, Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, I lose a life and create a treasure. That he's a 2/1.
That's solid. I draw. Okay, so I'm gonna tap my Desolate Lighthouse and pay a red, a blue, and 1 colorless, floating a colorless, to draw a card and discard a card. We're gonna discard Sphinx of the Second Sun. Pass turn.
Untap. Draw. Hit him with another Island.
I'll tap 1 for a Preordain to scry 2 and draw a card. On cast, I will make a 2/2 striker with striking, which for context, all y'all watching is just flying, but a little bit cuter. So I'll scry 2.
I wasn't the king.
Put 1 on bottom.
That's borrow, right?
Yeah, that is borrow.
Okay. Did you ever read the fan translations when they were coming out?
No, I did not.
Oh, so when Blue Block was first like getting popular, there was the fan translations was the only way you can read it in English. But the people who were translating it just decided to be like the most vulgar people ever. So they made the characters curse at any moment they could. And they weren't perfect like grammar translations. So that one moment when Borrow loses, he literally just says, like his text box says, "I wasn't the king."
Dude, that's gonna be my new Tinder bio. I'm gonna pass after that. Just leave up 3 casual blue mana.
Alright, I will untap 3 casual blue mana. Very, very casual, I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah, it's a mono blue player, I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm gonna play an Indratha Triome as my land for turn.
Solid.
I will then tap 3. I will pay 1. I'm going to tap my Soul Ring to pay for the Ristic Study. I'm going to play Animar, Soul of the Elements.
Oh, that's not
I asked the blue player, is that good?
Have any
Interaction.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No
On
response from me either.
playing that, I will draw a card from Beast Whisperer. And after that, I'm just going to pass.
Untap. Draw a card. I will play Raucous Theater. It enters tapped, and I get to surveil 1.
Solid. I've never even seen one of those played yet.
I'm gonna pay a red and 2 for priority boarding. It's an enchantment that says whenever I roll a die, I may reveal the top card of my library. Do this only once each turn. Whenever I reveal a card with mana value less than the result this way, I may exile it. If I do, I may play it this turn. After that, I will pass.
Okay, sweet. Untap. Oh, did you pay the Ristic for that?
I did not.
Untap. Draw for a turn. I'll play Sulphur Falls. Enters tap unless I control an island or mountain. Here's my island. Here's my mountain.
Show off.
I'm gonna pay 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Fact or fiction? Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates the cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile into your hand, the other into your graveyard.
So you're gonna draw
A card if that makes you feel any better. Because I'm going to tap 3. We're going to show you a cryptic command. And I will
Okay.
choose the modes of counter target spell, being the Factor of Fiction, and return target permanent to its owner's hand, being the Ristic Study.
You did draw a card.
In fact, I didn't pay for Ristic.
Card. Okay, fun. What we're gonna do is pay the 1. I'm gonna reanimate Sphinx of the Second Sun. I lose 8 life, so I'm down to 32. And then I'm gonna pass turn, move to discard.
I'm gonna untap skis. See. Oh, on cast of cryptic.
Command, I made another guy. Ciao. Then we're going to go to my untap. In response to upkeep, I'll tap a blue for this nice mystical tutor.
Discard Ornithopter. Untap all my cards. Draw a card.
My bad, I thought you passed turn. Ignore
I'm sorry,
everything I
that was-
just did.
Yeah, no, that was the beginning of my end step because I got the Sphinx of the Second Sun and like I have to draw and discard and stuff. It's so stupid.
Yeah, drawing and discarding cards noticeably never been a good tactic at all.
Gross.
I know, like, why do people even do that? Like, gosh.
What's the
I'm gonna
point of
discard
drawing a
like
card
that.
if it's gonna get rid of something? I want to keep all my cards.
Obviously.
I will mystical tutor. Do a look for a nice little instant or sorcery. I'll cast mystical tutor. That's going to make me another striker. I'll go look for an instant or sorcery. Put on top of my library. I'm going to grab a Force of Will.
Oh.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I see how we're playing. I wouldn't
worry about it. It's just a little extra protection. So that's going to go on top of my library. Draw for turn. Going to play an island. Then I'll tap 4 for this nice Kindred Discovery.
When you cast that, I'll lose a life and make a treasure off a Lopo.
This is my second spell.
For turn.
Oh, you should have did that on my turn too, Colby.
I missed it. It's not a maze, so I will lose that life and pop a second treasure on here.
So then, when Kindred Discovery enters, I'm going to choose Strikers. So whenever I make a Striker ETBs or I attack with one, I draw a card. Then I'm going to go to attacks. So we're going to send a 2/2 Flying Striker at Gabe and a 2/2 at Colby.
I will take 2.
On attack, I will draw 2 cards. Then I'm going to pass after that.
Down to 36.
I'm down to 38. Alright. I will untap. I will draw. I'm going to play Cabin of Souls as my land for turn. And I'm going to name Beast. I'm going to tap 3. And I'm going to play a Faeburrow Elder. I will draw for Beast Whisperer.
What does that card do?
It's a mana dork. It's vigilance. He gets +1/+1 for each color permanent I control, and then I can tap him for and make a color for each permanent I control of that mana. So he's gonna come in as a 5/5 with vigilance, and then I could tap him for Woobird. But then Animar will get a +1/+1 counter. When I play that, now all creature spells are 1 cheaper to play. That'll be all I'm doing right now. I'll pass turn after that.
Untap, draw a card. I think I'm just gonna try to play my commander. Red, white, black, and then the one for Ristic Study for Mr. House, President. And
Oh, I don't
CEO.
have a Ristic Study out.
Sweet. So he is a 0/4 human artifact creature. Whenever I roll a 4 or higher, I will make a 3/3 colorless robot artifact creature token. And then if I roll a 6 or higher, instead create that token and a treasure. I can pay 4, tap them to roll a 6-sided die, plus an additional for each mana from treasure spent to activate this ability.
Anything else on your turn?
I mean, I guess since there's no taxes, I'll sack a treasure and tap my other land for a Talisman of Indulgence, which will trigger my Lopo. Then I'll pass.
I'll tap 2, 3, and this land to draw a card and discard a card. I'm gonna discard Terror of the Beaks.
Oh.
I'm also gonna pay my last mana. I'm gonna cycle Ash Barrens for a basic land. I'm gonna find a swamp. Then I'll untap for my turn. Upkeep. Draw a card. So I'm gonna play a land first and foremost. I'm gonna be a little bit of an asshole, guys. I'm sorry. That's what the point of this deck is.
You're gonna
Here we
replay
go.
the linguistic study.
That's what the point of
Magic is.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna stop. There's a force of negation somewhere, so we're just gonna hang out
No, there isn't.
with that card.
I mean, hey, feel free to bait it out.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I'm gonna play Final Parting. I'm gonna search my library for 2 cards, put 1 into my hand, 1 into my grave. It's Ginger Tax, it's Progress Tyrant. That's gonna go to grave. Okay, 1 red for a blasphemous act.
In response.
I'm gonna get a treasure and lose a life on the cat.
Oh well, I guess Wingdings, you would go first.
They get a response first, yes.
I like my board though, so sometimes you gotta go for broke. I will exile this Pull from Tomorrow, and I'll show you a Force of Will. Then I'll get a cast trigger to make another 2/2 striker. That's cool. When Nagi enters, I will draw a card because of Kinder Discovery. I pass priority after that.
Blasphemous act gets. Oh wait, it goes to next people.
Yeah.
We're saying do nothing. Blasphemous act gets countered,
I'm not doing anything. I was just gonna give some protection over one of my creatures.
and then I'll just pass turn. I'll untap, take my upkeep, and I'll draw another card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. That's it.
So I want to try to end the game now.
For content purposes, we're gonna keep it chill. I'll tap to play me a
Midnight Clock. So I'm going to go to attacks. We're going to swing 4 Luke's way for trying to destroy my board. I can't believe he would ever try to do that. And then same thing to it, Josh. To it, Gabe. And on attack, I will draw 4 cards.
I'll take 2.
I'm taking 2 as well.
I'll take 4. I'm down to 28.
we're gonna cast
Cast this Time Warp to have target player take an extra turn.
It's gonna be me.
It will not be. I'm going to choose Wingdings.
One of
That
these
handsome
days.
fella.
One of these
In
days it'll work.
response-
On the cast trigger, I get to lose a life and make a treasure though. So that is your second one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
If you have a deflecting sword in hand, I would
Oh.
give you a, I'll give you a high five.
I don't have a deflecting swan.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the only thing I mean, I'm gonna do something because I can't just let this happen without there being some repercussions. But I'm gonna tap 3, and I'm going to Mythos of Nethroni, destroying your commander.
Okay.
I need my commander.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have enough lands to destroy the Kindred Discovery because I feel like that's a big problem.
It very
Got it.
much is.
But I at least get rid of the commander for right now, so you have to recast it on your next turn.
my next turn.
So Ego will die. Then we'll finish up my cast trigger. I'll make another striker. Kinder Discovery. Speak of the Devil will trigger, and I'll draw a card. Then I'm gonna tap this. Oh, but I don't make strikers anymore, which is sad.
Good.
We're gonna tap this Midnight Clock for a Hidden Strings. So with Hidden Strings, I may tap or untap target permanent. Then I may tap or untap target permanent, and it has Cipher. So I will uncast. I will target my Midnight Clock and this island to untap, and then I will Cipher it onto this striker I just made. So when it deals combat damage, I'm able to cast it again. Then I'll go to my extra turn.
We're gonna play an island. One of
My 4 in hand. I think we have to. Oh, and my Midnight Clock will get 1 counter on it. I'm gonna tap 5. I'm gonna replay my commander. Then we're gonna go give out some big beats. Go into attacks. I'm gonna swing. We're gonna swing 4 at Gabe for killing my commander.
So that's gonna be 8.
Uh,
Or
I guess 4
Oh,
power in total. 2 2/2s, 4 power
Okay.
in total.
I'll take 4.
We're gonna swing. Oh, actually, King Luke has a blocker in the air. I didn't think about
Yeah,
that.
he's a 6'6" big boy.
Alright, so I'm gonna send this striker. Actually, we're just gonna send 6 coming at Kobe's way. 6 in the air.
I can't do nothing about that. I take 6 and go down to 25.
I'm
On
at
a
32.
On attack, I will draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh my gosh.
5. Hidden Strings will trigger on combat damage, so I may cast it again, and I will. So I will untap this Midnight Clock and this island, and then on cast, I make another striker, which will draw me a card from Kinder Discovery. I'll tap a blue for this old card that I like called Energy Tap. I can tap a target creature I control and add an amount of colorless mana equal to the casting cost to my mana pool. So we're going to tap my commander, and I'll add 4 colorless mana to my mana pool. On cast, it's going to make me another striker, and I'll draw a card. I will tap using that 4 colorless floating, and then I'll add 2. For 6 in total, we're going to play a Caged Sun. So when I enter the battlefield, choose a color. I will choose Azul.
Green.
I get I lose another life and get a treasure on that cast. This is your second turn, right?
Yeah, so you will make a treasure.
A Ristic Study probably would have helped me if I'd have played that
a Ristic Study would have been
Should have
fantastic.
kept that around.
So when Caged Sun enters the battlefield, I choose a color. I'll choose blue. Creatures in control of the chosen color get +1/+1, and whenever a land's ability adds 1 or more mana, it adds 1 more. And then I think I'm gonna pass after that, and I'll go to discards. Get rid of all these islands.
I will untap.
I'll discard 4 islands.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna draw.
Wow, you actually passed. That's nice. That's what I'm talking about, son.
I don't want this video to be all about myself.
I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna mutate on top of Animar a Lord Dracus. So on cast, draw a card for Beast Whisperer. Animar will get a +1/+1 counter. Mutate trigger. Whenever this creature mutates, I return an instant or sorcery card from my graveyard to my hand. I'll get the Mythos and Nethroni back. I am then going to tap Faber Elder for Wooburg. And I'm going to use all of that to bestow Animar. Or, it's a Lord Dragus now, but it has all the abilities of Animar. With Chromanticore. Given that resolves again.
No response from me.
What does
I'll go
Chromanticore
here.
do?
So when you bestow it, it's basically an aura now. The enchanted creature gets +4/+4. It has flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, and lifelink.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
I have no responses
To that either.
Alright, on cast, I will draw a card for Beast Whisperer. It will get a +1/+1 counter on Animar. Then I am going to... It was also 2 cheaper because of +1/+1 counters on that stack of a creature. I'm going to go to combat. Do you have any flyers up, Wingdings?
Yeah, so all my...
My 2/2 Drakes are flyers.
Oh, okay.
Technically strikers with
You have
striking,
2 untapped,
but they haven't.
though, right?
Yes, I have 2 untapped.
I have vigilance, and I'm going to swing my Lord Dracus over at you. It is a... So base, it's 2/3, so it has 3 +1/+1 counter, so it'll be 5. It'd be a 9, a 9/10.
9/10 with was lifelink, first strike, trample.
Flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, lifelink.
Okay, so no blocks. I'll just take that straight to the face.
Alright, then I will gain 9 life. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna go up to 41. Alright, so what is the more... Do we want to get rid of the Kindred Discovery or the Caged Sun?
Yes.
Intra Discovery gives them fuel.
That's true. So then I'm gonna tap 3. I'm gonna Mythos up Nethroni the Kindred Discovery.
So in response,
Yep.
we're gonna tap 2 islands.
Islands for 4 mana in total. And I will show you this rewind to counter target spell and untap up to 4 lands.
Yeah.
On the cast of it, though, before I get to get a treasure and lose a life, going down to 23.
Be the death of you, Colby.
Yeah. Well, I definitely figured you'd be board wiping before now, Luke, playing Sauron.
I tried.
He did try.
He gave it his best efforts. He probably will again on his turn. So I will make another striker. I'm starting to run out of tokens. I will draw a card, and then I will untap up to 4 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But after that, I will pass turn.
Untap.
You could just destroy neither of them, Gabe. That's fine.
Draw a card. Tap white, black, and 1 for a Kaya Geist Hunter. Planeswalker comes in with 3 loyalty counters.
That's not the one that can exile.
Things, is it?
I can exile, with her ultimate, I can exile all cards from all graveyards and then create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying for each card exiled this way.
Okay, cool.
But it's in this deck because of her -2 until end of turn. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many are created instead.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough to help me, but I figure I'm going to die soon looking how things are looking, so I might as well do something. So, assuming she resolves, I will -2 her. Black and a colorless. I'm going to attempt to cast Mercurial's Edict. It
What's that do?
says roll a d20. On a 1 through 9, I choose an opponent. That player sacks a creature. On a 10 through 19, each opponent sacks a creature. And then on a 20, each opponent sacks a creature with greatest power among creatures that player controls. But on the cast, I will trigger my Loco and get a treasure and lose another life, going down to 22.
Which will be 2 treasures.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And then I pay 3 mana and tap my land to draw a card and discard a card.
D20,
So it's over 10.
got a 15. So 10 through 19, each opponent sacks a creature.
Sacrifice Sphinx.
What
Which will you sacrifice?
Yeah.
I'll sacrifice one of my tokens.
And then that will
I'll
trigger.
sacrifice my Beast Whisperer.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
Trigger my Mr. House to make 2 robots and 2 treasures. Thanks to Kaya.
I feel left out. I'm not making any dudes.
I'm sure your board is
Gonna be scary enough soon.
I'm gonna sack 3 treasures to cast Rising of the Day. It's an enchantment that gives my creatures haste, and then legendary creatures I control get +1/+0.
It's solid.
I guess I'm gonna try to jam it. I'm gonna pay 6 and go down to 1 treasure for an ancient copper dragon.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. So then that will have haste
Yes.
as well, and you'll make double treasures from that.
Mr. House will come
would
and play.
potentially.
In response,
Yep.
I'm gonna tap for 2 mana and show you a counter spell.
Yeah.
And if it would have resolved, you would have been good.
Scary. You would have been good as rain. I'll make a striker draw a card.
You's got a whole lot of tokens there. You got a big scary guy there. I guess I'm gonna try to attack Luke here with 2 hasty 3/3s.
You know, I'll just take the 6 damage, you know, down to 22. Gabe, how big is your dude?
It is a 9/10. I will say if you do destroy this like Lord Dracus mutate kind of thing, a bestowed creature after the creature's attached to it gets destroyed just becomes its own creature.
I'm gonna play a land. So what I'm gonna do is pay 7 mana for 2 greedily 2 deep. Put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. That creature's damage is equal to its power, or that creature deals damage equal to its power to each other creature.
The Ornithopter of Paradise.
I knew it.
Ginger taxes.
Nexius.
What is its power?
It's a 5/5.
So,
Okay.
in response to targeting the Jing,
Metaxius. If you guys can believe it, I'm actually not out of counter spells. I'll tap 4 for Traumatic Visions, and I'll just counter target spell.
Nice.
Funny enough, that last counter spell drew me into another counter spell. With Kinder Discovery, I'll make another striker. I'll draw a card.
That's all she wrote for me.
We're gonna go to untap skis.
The power of the control is so strong.
What are life totals looking like for everybody?
41.
I'm at 22.
22.
I think this should be enough.
Is that 17 tokens?
The bestow creature had not 17 tokens, but in total, I'm counting up to something. That totem armor had vigilance, so you're gonna gain hope. Buttload of cards again, which isn't very cool.
so we're gonna tap for
2. And I will cast, actually finish untapping everything. So I'm gonna cast this Gale Waterdeep Prodigy. So whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, I can cast the opposite from my graveyard. That's exiled after I cast it.
Wow. I didn't know that card existed.
Yeah, he came out in, I think, Battle for Baldur's Gate.
Which I really like that set. If you guys want to see me open a box break, check it out on my channel.
I just need to do the math, because I don't know if I can kill Gabe. And I'm gonna be scared if I can't kill him.
How would you be
He's the only one that's scary. No, House is pretty scary right now.
Would have been a lot more scary with a ancient copper dragon.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's not that scary.
You know, I just have lands. And a
You know
soul ring.
Well, whose fault is that, Luke? You were the first one trying to be scary.
I think it's Wingding's fault.
Oh, what? Me? Nah. Alright, we're just gonna full send. I'll tap for another 2 blue and my Midnight Clock, and I will play Henri Striker Summoner, who is a similar Drake commander that came out for the latest what's the Jumpstart set. She reads, whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, create a 2/2 Drake. Whenever you draw your 5th card each turn, she and each other Drake I control get +X, where X is the number of cards in my hand.
Oh, wow. Holy fuck.
So we're gonna go to attacks. What are life totals again? One last time.
41.
22.
Gabe, 22. 20, okay. So I will swing 2 strikers at King Luke, 2 strikers over at Colby, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad boys are going to be dedicated to Gabe. On attack, I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards from Kinder Discovery. So I'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to trigger Henri since I drew my 5th card, and all strikers will get +X, where X is the number of cards in my hand, which is about this many. So we're gonna, every striker is gonna get +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, +15, +15.
So there are 17
That's-
17s.
18 18s, because
18,
Cage Suns
gotcha,
gives them a
gotcha.
plus extra X1, +1. And just for good measure, since I drew into this, I'll tap for 4 for Perplexing Test. I can choose to either return all creature tokens to their hands or return all non-token creatures to their owner's hand. And I will choose all non-token creatures will go back to their owner's hand.
I don't
Yep.
have any.
I don't got anything.
That just leaves a
Board of 18 strikers, 2 of which come in Luke, 2 of which come in at Kobe, and 5 of which now that I'm thinking about it, is probably a lot of overkill, going to Gabe.
It's just a few more damage than normal.
A little bit.
Well, that was a good game, guys.
Remember to check out the Patreon if you want some of this exclusive content. I got a coin that's exclusive to the Patreon. Tokens that you can only get through King Luke. These are made by an actual Magic the Gathering artist. Got a pin that's on there. That way you can support the channel directly, and I can give you a little merch that you can't get anywhere else other than Patreon. Give you a little bragging rights on your homies.